Greece occupies an area of about 130,600 square kilometers, which roughly equates to 50,500 square miles, and has a population of approximately 10.5 million. Due to its varied landscape, it boasts the 11th longest shoreline on the planet and includes numerous islands, of which 227 are inhabited. Administratively, Greece is divided into 13 regions. But beyond the administrative regions, there are 9 traditional geographic regions of Greece. This classification was the country's main historical allotment until the administrative reform. Despite their replacement as first-level administrative units, the 9 traditional geographic regions, of which 6 on the mainland and 3 in island groups, are still widely referred to in daily discourse. All of these regions are different from one another, be it in terms of topography, traditions, cultures, and climate. It's up to one's personal preference when deciding which is the best region for them to live, retire, or invest in. However, for greater context, we have formed a ranking of these 9 regions based on their quality of life, investment opportunities, and the availability of modern-day services, along with the overall climate. So here are the best regions to live, retire, or buy real estate in Greece. Number 9. Thrace. Aptly known as Western Thrace, or the Greek Thrace, this is a geographical and historical region in the northeast of the country. It connects the European part of Turkey and the area to the north in Bulgaria, known as Northern Thrace. It is the least touristic region of Greece, as well as the least appealing region to move and live in for internationals. But then again, property in this part of Greece is the cheapest. Even seaside villas with access to the beach can be had for way under $150,000. Moreover, living costs are very affordable. Most locals reside on just €1,000 a month, which roughly equates to $1,200. Alexandroupolis is the capital and the largest city of this region. But despite being the most developed city of the region, essential modern-day services, especially hospitals, are outdated here. Hence, retirees needing frequent health checkups might struggle to reside in this part of the country. Furthermore, language can be an issue here, as not many people speak and understand English. Therefore, basic knowledge of Greek is a must to reside permanently in Thrace. Apart from Alexandroupolis, there are other reputable cities and towns like Xanthi and Komotini, all with their own flair and atmosphere. Number 8. Thessaly. Lying in the heart of Greece, Thessaly is a region of striking contrasts, where fertile plains meet rugged mountains and the Aegean coastline, creating a landscape that is both productive and scenic. It is known for its agricultural wealth, traditional villages, and the dramatic rock formations of Meteora, while cities like Larissa offer modern living with universities, theaters, and lively cafes. Those who move here are often retirees seeking a slower pace of life, families drawn by lower costs compared to Athens, and remote workers who value authenticity over polished tourism. Property is generally more affordable here, with bargains in rural towns and coastal spots such as Volos or Pelion, while still holding long-term value given the region's growing appeal. Besides the mainland, this region encompasses the islands of Sporades, which showcase their own flair and atmosphere. The culture is deeply rooted in farming traditions, Orthodox heritage, and a strong sense of community. But be aware, language can be a challenge in smaller villages. Yet in cities and tourist areas, many younger Greeks speak English. And learning basic Greek makes life smoother and socializing easier. Healthcare is accessible through hospitals in Larissa and Volos, with smaller clinics handling routine needs in the villages. Number 7. Macedonia. One of the former administrative regions of Greece in the southern Balkans. Macedonia is the largest and second most populous geographic region of the country, with a population of approximately 2.4 million. It is mostly concentrated in northern Greece and is highly mountainous, with major urban centers such as Thessaloniki and Kavala being placed on its southern coastline. Greek Macedonia encompasses entirely the southern part of the wider region of Macedonia, making up 51% of the total area of that region. The internationals moving to this part of Greece usually base themselves in its cities of Thessaloniki and Kavala. And besides these cities, there are several small coastal settlements that are worth checking out, like Sarti, Nikiti, and Olympiada. When it comes to climate, for the most part, it enjoys a Mediterranean climate, but some parts have a humid subtropical climate, while higher elevations border a humid continental climate. Living expenses are low here. A couple can reside rather lavishly on a monthly budget of 2,500 euros, which roughly equates to $3,000. Additionally, property prices are also nominal, with median price for a mid-sized house ranging between $180,000 to $270,000. Getting around and socializing in its major cities and resort towns is pretty easy here, as English is widely understood. But basic knowledge of Greek is a must for those opting to reside further inland. Number 6. Epirus. This region has an area of about 9,200 square kilometers. It is part of the wider historical region of Epirus, which overlaps modern Albania and Greece, but lies mostly within Greek territory. It is made up of rugged terrain, stone villages, and a culture shaped by shepherding traditions, music, and a strong sense of independence. People who move here tend to be those seeking seclusion and peace, or those seeking to buy a small parcel of land to start their own homesteads. Its towns like Ioannina offer vibrant lakeside living with good hospitals, schools, and cultural life, while smaller places such as Parga and Sivota give a coastal retreat feel at lower property prices than the Aegean hotspots. Buying a home here is generally worthwhile, especially for those who value authenticity over glamour, with prices being relatively modest. Language can be a hurdle in its rural parts, though in towns and tourist areas, English is common enough, and picking up some Greek is always beneficial. For healthcare, larger facilities are in the capital, Ioannina, while local clinics for everyday checkups spread across the region. Number 5. The Aegean Islands. The Aegean Islands refer to the hundreds of islands and islets found in the Aegean Sea. The islands are divided into 7 major island groups. Strictly speaking, there are 6 main island groups: the islands of the North Aegean, the islands of the Sporades, the islands of the Saronic Gulf, the Cyclades, and the Dodecanese complex. Each one of these island group has a distinct atmosphere. Tourist favorites such as Mykonos and Santorini are glamorous and busy, yet poor choices for peace. Naxos, Paros, Syros, Samos, and Lesbos combine appeal with year-round life and suit long stays. When it comes to climate, expect Mediterranean weather. Hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters with local microclimates on mountainous islands. Connectivity is good on the main islands, with frequent ferries and seasonal or year-round airports on Rhodes, Mykonos, and Santorini. Though smaller islands rely mainly on ferry links. Similarly, healthcare exists across the larger islands. However, for specialist treatment, people sometimes travel to Athens. Buying real estate can be sensible where demand is steady, but consider renovation costs, island logistics, and seasonal markets. Language is rarely a practical barrier in tourist towns because many locals speak English. But in quieter villages, learning basic Greek and joining local life are crucial for integration. As a guideline, a modest couple can live comfortably on a quieter island for roughly $1,600 to $2,500 per month, while popular islands often require more than $3,500 a month. Number 4. Central Greece. Colloquially known as Rumeli, Central Greece is the most populous geographical region, with a population of 4.6 million people, and covers an area of 24,800 square kilometers, making it the second largest of the country. People that usually move here either settle in or near Athens for its services and connectivity, or choose smaller towns for affordability while still being within reach of the capital. The terrain mixes mountains, valleys, and long stretches of coast, with a culture that is both urban and cosmopolitan, and deeply traditional in the countryside. Its towns such as Naphaktos, Livadia, and Chalkida blend seaside charm with urban convenience, while inland villages remain quieter and far cheaper. Language is less of a barrier in Athens, where English is widely spoken, but in rural parts, basic Greek helps integration. Healthcare is excellent in the capital, with major hospitals and research centers, while towns across central Greece have clinics and hospitals for everyday needs. Number 3. The Peloponnese. One of the most underrated regions of Greece, the Peloponnese, is basically a large peninsula, connected to the mainland via a Corinth canal. Since ancient times, it has been an integral part of Greece and the terrain of many battles throughout Greek history. Its geography is dramatic yet welcoming, with rugged mountains that fall into fertile plains and a coastline scattered with villages, quiet coves, and elegant towns such as Nafplio, Kalamata, and Githio. Life here is shaped by tradition. Olive groves dominate the countryside, local markets remain central to community rhythm, and cultural heritage is everywhere, from the ruins of Mycenae to the theaters of Epidaurus. For retirees, the advantages are clear. Property is markedly cheap here, healthcare is reliable with well-equipped hospitals in Kalamata, Patras, and Corinth, and the lifestyle leans towards the unhurried, where outdoor living and fresh local food define daily life. The climate, with mild winters and long sunlit summers, adds to its appeal, while the peninsula's proximity to Athens ensures access to international travel without losing its sense of seclusion. Language can be a challenge in rural areas, though English is spoken in the larger towns. Nonetheless, a willingness to learn Greek enriches the experience immeasurably. Number 2. Crete. The fifth largest in the Mediterranean Sea, Crete has evolved into a great place for foreigners to visit, live, retire, and buy property in. Over the years, international community has grown exponentially, and there's already a considerable presence from the UK, the US, and Scandinavia. Museums, nature reserves, and waterfront restaurants only add to the appeal of settling down on this island. In comparison to other similar scale islands in the Mediterranean, Crete is considerably affordable. Owning a home near the sea is still possible on a modest budget. The cost of living is much lower, and even healthcare expenses are a fraction of what many pay on islands like Majorca or Malta. For digital nomads and remote workers, the island is one of the best-kept secrets in Europe. With high-speed internet and a community of like-minded people who value flexibility, it's the kind of place where work and lifestyle finally feel balanced. Just last year, it was ranked the best island for remote workers and passive earners. Plus, it enjoys over 300 days of sunshine per year, which makes it an ideal place for those who enjoy spending time outdoors. Moreover, the island is well served by airlines, with many direct and affordable flights to major European cities. Whether you want to explore other Mediterranean countries, travel to European capitals for a cultural break, or return home to visit loved ones, Crete can serve as an ideal base. Number 1. The Ionian Islands. Ionian Islands refers to the chain of Greek islands stretching along the west coast of Greece in the Ionian Sea. These islands are traditionally called the Heptanies, which means the seven islands in Greek. But the group includes many smaller islands, as well as the seven principal ones. Their landscape is softer and lusher than the Aegean, with cypress groves, vineyards, and turquoise waters shaping a setting that feels more Italianate in tone, a reflection of centuries of Venetian influence still visible in the architecture and cuisine. Each Ionian island has a distinct character, but the famous ones include Corfu, Kefalonia, and Zakynthos. Smaller islands such as Ithaca and Paxos attract those in search of tranquility, though at the cost of fewer services. For retirement, the Ionian carries a rare balance. Healthcare is reliable in the larger islands, with hospitals in Corfu and Zakynthos. Living and buying real estate on these islands isn't for everyone, as median listing prices for a mid-sized home usually start from $450,000. Therefore, only the affluent can afford to buy here. The cost of living is also exorbitant. Average monthly budget on Corfu can easily rack up to $4,000 for a couple, while in Zakynthos and Kefalonia, this sum can double in peak seasons. Thanks for watching. If you find this video informative, be sure to leave a like. If not, then leave a dislike, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.